There's something you need to understand. Your dreams are a distraction. Your dreams are why you are not able to achieve your dreams. Because here's the thing, in your head, you have this idealized fantasy. You are someone in your head who has achieved a certain level of craft, someone who has a certain level of skill. But you have not really gone through the process to have the capability to create that level of art. So what's going to happen is when you're going to sit and start creating, what you're going to do is you're going to compare this to this version in your head, this fantasy version who already has all the skills and who has created a certain level of art, and you're going to feel unmotivated because you're going to feel like this is not what I expected my work to look like. But how can your work actually look the way you want it to if you don't go through the process that you have to go through in order to have the skills to create that level of art? The thing is, we end up using all of our dopamine needs just dreaming about the craft instead of actually putting in the work to create said craft. You could actually be getting all of that dopamine from the process of creation, but instead you end up getting it from dreaming about having achieved those goals. And that is the reason you will never actually start working on these goals. As ironic as that sounds, the whole concept of, oh, I have big dreams, oh, I have big goals, and I have all of these big fantasies in my head, that is what is stopping you from achieving these fantasies. You just have to make peace with the fact that you might never be able to achieve those dreams. Just make peace with the fact that you might never get those dreams. You might never get that Oscar for being a really good screenplay writer or an actor or a chef or whatever it is that your craft is. Just make peace with the fact that you might never achieve those goals. And that is when you will actually start putting yourself through the process. You have to give yourself to the process, not to the dream. The dream is secondary. The fact that you have found something that motivates you to just get up in the morning and work towards it, that is enough. People don't even have that. The fact that you have something that you want to work towards, something that gives your life meaning, that is enough. Make peace with that. Because here's the thing, if you just make peace with the fact that you have found a craft that you love and you just want to give yourself to the process, that might be the only way you'll ever reach that level of craft in your head that you're dreaming towards. Because I will not believe you if you tell me you do your craft just for yourself. That's not true. We do everything for the people around us, for community, and that is fine. Art is supposed to bring communities together. You are supposed to meet people through art. That is the point. But you also have to understand that when you start creating, not everyone's going to like what you're putting out. They're not going to want to consume it, and that is okay. That is absolutely okay. Because every artist that you look up to, author, writer, actor, musician, anyone, they have gone through the process. When you create art and you say you're doing it for an Oscar, or you say you're not doing it for people, that's not true. When you say you want an Oscar, for example, what is that? That is recognition. From who? From people, and that is okay. But you have to understand that to get to the level where people will want to consume your art, where people will identify it, that takes a level of skill, a skill set that you don't yet possess because you have not gone through the process of acquiring that skill set. The only way you'll go through the process is if you let go of the outcome. Your dreams are what are distracting you from achieving your dreams. The dopamine that you get high on your work, get high on your own supply of creative ideas. That's what you need to do. Not on the dreams, but on the ideas. That's the only way. The only way is through. If you have something that you want to wake up for every single morning and work towards, that is enough. That is more than what most people have. That is the whole reason behind creation, behind art. Having something that gives your life meaning. That is more than enough. You don't necessarily need the recognition, and you need to let go of the desire for it. Because if you actually do want it, the only way you'll get it is if you let go of the desire for it and just throw yourself into your creative work, in your creative pursuits. That is enough. Just having something that gives you reason to wake up in the morning and create, that is more than what most people have in the world that we live in, where everyone is just numbing themselves and distracting themselves with bed rotting or social media or substance abuse. You have something here. You have something here that is giving your life nourishment and meaning. keep that. That is enough. That said, if you are looking for a community of writers that you want to talk to or hang out with, or just creatives in general, people who are in the same boat as you, people who are passionate about art, make sure to check out the Discord link in my description. When I first started this channel, someone reached out to me asking for a community or if there's a group of writers, and I was like, you know what? There isn't. Let me just make one. And now we are 80 plus people in there, and we have all kinds of artists, and I could not be happier. It's one of the best communities that I've been a part of, and we are also starting a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So that happens often. We have a lot of talented people in there, so check it out. And I'll see you in the next video. You're not alone. There are people like you in the exact same fucking boat. You've got this.